What is going on out there? I hope you are all doing exceptionally well today. Today I want to talk about one of my absolute favorite pieces of gear and one I've had for the very longest. But you know what? This doesn't feel like the right place to do it.
Boom! Alright, that's a much better place to do this. So, I'm going to get to the top of this mountain here, and we're going to talk a little bit about the RapDom 12-hour assault pack. Oh look, what a convenient bench halfway up. Let's see what we're carrying today. Alright, so apart from, of course, my camera gear here, my camera, my microphone, and my tripod, what am I typically carrying just on an either day hike or maybe a simple overnight? This technically is only a 12-hour assault pack, but I have used it for up to 36 before without really much of an issue. So typically in here, I'm going to keep my IFAK. And keep, of course, a couple of MREs, just depending on where I'm going, how long I'm going to be out. I'm going to keep my bivy. I'm not going to pull the whole thing out right now. The wipes. If you don't know, wipes are a very important thing. My multi-tool here. The good old powder. Of course, got a rain poncho as well as my waterproof hammock. And some gloves. My life straw, some, meds for headaches or upset stomach, stuff like that, as well as, of course, a heck of a lot of 550 cord. So this is probably about a 60% of what I would typically carry on a 1 to 2 day hike. If I'm carrying a lot of camera equipment, I do have a much bigger 36-hour ruck that I like to carry instead. But for most things, this size will do it for me. Now, you'll see that this pocket here is about half full, so I could actually carry about double what I'm carrying right now without any issue at all. Capacity-wise, that wouldn't be a problem. Now, what happens when you start putting a lot of weight on a backpack, of course, you're going to start seeing problems with your stitching if it's not extremely high-quality stitching. So this particular bag was my first from a company called RapDom, or Rapid Domination, and I've had this for about 6 years now, and I feel like there's one place where the MOLLE, yeah, right there is the one place where the MOLLE came unstitched. And I can't remember why, but I feel like I got caught up on a doorway as I was moving through, and I had all my gear on, so I really didn't feel it, and I just kept going, and it ripped that MOLLE right there. The nice thing about this is even though I did tear one little side of the MOLLE there, the stitching on every individual section here is so extremely high quality. This has probably been ripped for a couple of years now, and I just keep forgetting about it because I don't attach anything here, and I haven't had to worry about this being weakened enough for this to come through, because not only is it just stitched in, it's stitched through and around. Let me show you this. So the stitching is all coming through on the inside in a double layer. So the stitching on every single piece of this MOLLE is absolutely insane. Fantastic quality. On the top handle here, you've obviously got your nylon strap, this reinforced folded over strap, all that is sewn together, and once again sewn through all 3 layers. The sides here allow cables through, whether that be a mic for your radio or headphones, whatever you're carrying there. Got our small little pouch up here. I keep my shooter glasses in there, as well as some chems for cleaning water when it needs to happen. All of the zippers are YKK zippers, as I think 90% of the zippers on the planet are YKK zippers. I have not had a single one of these zippers bind or break at any point, and I have put this bag through some stuff for sure, including the washer a couple times, which is good. This is just a simple nylon cord. It's not 550 cord, but it's held up nicely, and the plastic pieces on here I haven't had any issues with these breaking or cracking or anything like that. So there's going to be MOLLE down both sides, of course, and that is a total of 7 panels per side. And then there are, of course, these lovely little clip straps on the side. That's how I keep the tripod on here. So these things will cinch all the way down, and they will squish the bag nice and tight, keep whatever you're holding on the side attached really well. My tripod's not exactly light, and this has held it without an issue the entire time, so that's very nice. On the front here, you've got an additional massive MOLLE panel with a big, nice, chunky piece of Velcro in the middle there for a flag, typically. I've got my LBT patch on here, but that is going to be 5 total rows of MOLLE, and it's, I don't know, it's incredibly high quality. Everything is stitched to perfection, and it's all double stitched through all of the layers of fabric. So one big issue that you're going to see with a lot of less expensive backpacks is going to be where the halter here meets the bag itself. The stitching there tends to be your weakest point on the entire bag, because that is where all of your connection is between your shoulders supporting the bag and the weight of the bag. So what you're going to see a lot is that this stitching here on a lot of less expensive bags is going to start popping. It's going to start popping out because this halter is typically either single straps connected to like a plastic clip attached via nylon or something like that, or even if it's a full double panel halter like this, typically it is flat on here and sewn to the top of the bag. So our massive difference here between those bags and this, and really any from RapDom that I've ever seen, is that it's not only sewn at the top here, and it is attached on both sides. The 2 straps of the halter are connected in the middle here on both sides, as you can see there, but also in the back pocket here, you can see it a little bit, but in the main pocket, if I can get all this out of the way, there you go. There is the bottom stitched portion of that halter. So it is down all the way into the bag, sewn in here on a double fold, and it's just like a crazy triple stitch because you've got reinforcements at the corners here along with a full stitch all along the entirety of it, but these are going through all 3 or 4 layers of that cloth. So this thing has never even given me a hint that it's going to give up. Okay, so our last pocket that we really haven't gone over yet is the back pocket here, where you might think this is a great place for a laptop, and normally I do carry a large 17-inch laptop in here. It also has an entire portion for a plate in the back, so you can actually carry plate in your bag, and this is actually going to be a large sappy plate. Obviously, probably wouldn't go with a curve. Maybe like a single curve. I don't know. Obviously, it's up to you, whatever kind of plate you want to carry. There is just a piece of plastic in here that holds in here right now, but this will accommodate a large sappy plate. So if you need to armor up your backside a little bit, this is an excellent way to do it. If you get shot in the back, sure, they're going to shoot through all your very important stuff, but the very important thing called your spine is not going to have a bullet in it, and of course, that's always important. And who knows, your chunky laptop in the back here might stop it as well, who knows. But as any of you who carry plate, either in a carrier or even wear Kevlar or have carried a plate in a bag like this before will know that is not an exactly light thing. Even a full-size ceramic plate, you're talking between 6 and 8 pounds, and that's on top of whatever kit you're trying to carry in this bag. So the stitching that I just showed you on this halter is incredibly important, and I have been wildly impressed. Like I said, that MOLLE broke when I hooked onto a door handle going through a door with some gear on. That MOLLE broke. I never, ever had to deal with anything having to do with the halter here. And I'd, of course, much rather lose 1 loop of MOLLE that I'm not really even using or have to resew that than either have to replace the entire backpack or go through the process of having to try to resew this entire halter on if it weren't so extraordinarily well attached. But there is a reason why RapDom is making these bags so extreme and overbuilt. It's because they guarantee this bag for a lifetime. This is a lifetime warranty on this bag. I paid, I think, $120 for this 12-hour pack here. And if 15 years down the line, if RapDom is still a company that still exists, and I need one of the pockets replaced, or I get a big gash in this thing, I roll down a mountain and rip one of the straps or something like that, they will replace it for a lifetime, which is just mind-numbing. I don't know, this feels like one of those bags that you'd be hanging off a cliff and the strap would just stay and it would save your life. This feels like a life-saving bag. But let's say that didn't happen and the strap tore on a tree or something. You could just send it to them and they'll either fix it for you or send you a new bag. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And I think extremely well worth the price. So this bag has a total of only 3 buckleable straps. So the plastic clips here that attach to the MOLLE on the actual halter itself. This is a nylon polymer, extremely strong stuff, not any ABS garbage. I have really beat this thing up and it doesn't even show any scratches or signs of it. I've rolled over on this thing, gone, crashed through the woods with it, all sorts of stuff, and really not showing any signs of wear or tear on that. It's nice and flexible, doesn't feel like it's going to break, there's no brittleness to it. I've had this out in the snow with me, I've had this out in 100-degree heat with me, in the swamp, in the woods, wherever, whenever, and I've never ever had an issue with it. The other straps, of course, are these on both sides that we already mentioned. And all of the straps on the sides here, this is not sewn to the side, this is sewn into the bag. So it's the same as our top strap here. It's actually sewn underneath this entire panel here with the Velcro is sewn through 3 layers of the backpack. Whereas these nylon straps would typically be the weak point on this bag, and I think under enough pressure, obviously, plastic is going to snap. Plastic is as plastic does. But these are definitely not chintzy straps. They are very well made. And, oh, I lied. I completely forgot about this one on the bottom. So stuffed into here, we actually have a very large waist strap. I actually forgot this was even in here because I have never actually used it. I just keep it stuffed in the back here where it just kind of lives. But yeah, there is also a waist strap, and it's the same exact thing where it's into the cloth and sewn into 3 layers there. So I've already mentioned how well attached the halter here is, but I haven't mentioned how well padded it is. And without adding too much weight, we've definitely got a nice cushion on both the inside against your back as well as the inside of the straps against your shoulders there, and you can once again see the actual stitching coming through for each of the pieces of MOLLE there. So that is excellent. And at the bottom, where you have the same nylon strap that makes up these side straps and everything, it is sewn into this little triangle piece off the side, and that is 2 pieces of Cordura coming down to sandwich this one piece, and it's sewn into all 3 layers once again, and then that entire triangle is sewn into all 3 layers between the back here. Now when I said over-engineered earlier, I was not kidding. Everything on this bag is built to last. It's built to take a beating, and it has done so thus far, and I can imagine it will do so. I think this bag will probably outlive me, which, cool, good on it. Especially if I end up falling off a cliff, the bag will survive. But yeah, I mean, all in all, for the money that I paid for this, I have already gotten my use out of it, and I look forward to using it for years and years to come. For now, I'm gonna get to the top of this mountain and show you guys what's up here, and maybe eat an MRE if I hate myself, because these are like sodium free and they're just horrible. They're just horrible, but onward.
There's nothing quite as sweet as the sound of an F-18 afterburner. Jeez, oh Pete. I am like 25 miles away from that. And they are still burning it up out here, man. And of course, at the top of my very, very favorite hiking spot, got this view here. We're not even at the top yet, I lied. We're getting there. Okay, so last time I was up here, there was a blizzard coming at me. So I didn't have a super clear view. And I gotta tell ya, it is way cooler up here when you can actually see. Alright, I made it to the top of the mountain and the view is just insane. There's actually a little like binocular thing that I can look through here and I can see my house and that's pretty cool. So yeah, when you are outside and you are coming on hikes like this, even if it's just for a couple hours, even if you're on a day hike, you need something that is going to be reliable. It's not going to break on you in the middle of a hike, no matter how much weight is in it. It's not just going to be something that falls apart, leaving you to either abandon your stuff or just, you know, haphazardly carry it down in your pockets or something that you weren't planning on doing. You need your gear to always be reliable. And I can say that the 12-hour assault pack from RapDom is 100% extraordinarily reliable. And yeah, I mean, it is just probably the piece of equipment that I have had and trusted for the longest. But honestly, this is probably my favorite piece of gear just because of its longevity, the way it is built, and the fact that even if I, shred it on accident, it is covered by a lifetime warranty, which is unheard of with a lot of companies, so I'm extremely happy about that. So definitely check out rapdom.com. That is going to be in the description below, and I'm actually just going to send you straight to this bag, but of course look around the site, see what else they've got that's going to match your needs and what you require out of your gear. As always, guys, I trust you to know where all the buttons are. The sub button is going to help you join our community here. We're approaching 500 subs, which is blowing my mind. We crossed that 400 threshold and just flew right past it, which is fantastic. So thank you for every single one of you who are interested in this kind of content. Hit that bell if you want to know every 2 weeks when I put up a new video. It's going to be guns, it's going to be gear, it's going to be all sorts of fun stuff. One other way that you can help me out and also help yourself out if you're interested in seeing something in a future video, leave me a comment below. Let me know what kind of bag you are running and, do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you looking for something better? Also, if you've ever had one of these before, tell me how your experience was with it. Because like I said, I've had it for about 6 years, but I'm sure that there are people out there who have had them for much longer. So that is going to be it for me, and I'm going to head back down this hill and go get something to eat, because I don't think I've eaten since like 11 o'clock this morning, and it's almost 6. So, yeah, I'm hungry. I'm not going to eat that MRE. MREs need salt. Why would you make MREs without salt?